Hey people, Inquisitor 3v3 faction war. This is Deathworld Temple and Imperial Guard versus Eldar. For the Blue Guard team, Acey is an Inquisitor offensive hero with powerful control abilities, begins in melee combat but can get specialized ranged weapons. We have the Death Core of Krieg DLC recolored, so we're going to get those crackling rebreather sounds like that. Alongside the fellow with all the slashes in her name as a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support fighting in melee combat begins with a refractor shield. And rounding off the blue team, JohnGrammaticus is a Lord General fighting in ranged combat begins with a retinue of stormtroopers going to add to the retinue throughout the game, giving him more abilities, really strong defense and support. Red Eldar, Asurmen is a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that can leap into combat, some powerful disruption and support. Looks like the Harlequin's elite scheme recolored here, very fancy. Alongside Sir Gunter the Kaiser as a Warp Spider Exarch, teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat by default, great for capping and harassing, some powerful control abilities, harassing the Lord Commissar at the moment. And rounding off the teams is MammothMKII with a Farseer, a support hero fighting in melee, some powerful buffs, debuffs and control abilities. Will we ever find out though what happened to MammothMKII? Did they just blow up one day? It wasn't working out. Lord Commissar runs off. Deathworld Temple, the first map I ever made. Not the best map ever, not the worst map ever. The VPs are very split up, so you get like 3 mini 1v1s at the start of the game typically. Might be looking for a flank here though, so Gunter with the Howling Banshees. Looks like Slash is backing off towards their ally Acey. They do have the Sentinel with the ground pound, so they should be able to deal with the Banshees coming in here. There's a lot of las guns too. Not to mention Hammer of the Witches. Warp Spider is backing them up, but I don't think it's going to work out. Asurmen is to push at exactly the same time, they're not doing so. Banshees took a lot of gunfire, and there's the stomp. And it's a long retreat back. You can get some really nasty flanks though on both edges of the map. It's really open in the mid, so it might be tough for the Banshees to close the distance cleanly. They need to come in from different angles, I think. Get enemies to turn, get them to change direction, because as things turn and change direction, typically they need to stop, because they need to like stay in coherency, which means they need to go through the acceleration cycle again, and it opens up grenades. Triple Dire Avengers on the west side for Asurmen into a Guardian weapon team, and there's one for Mammoth too. Typical opening in terms of Eldar versus Imperial Guard in a faction war. It's all about how well can you use your shurikens, and for the Guard, it's how well can you use your sentinels and your catechins. You want to play maybe a bit more defensive than you would like as Eldar early on, I think, because the sentinels can really dominate you if you overextend. Stay back a bit, use the shurikens and try to get an early tier 2 Wraith Guard up. Lord Commissar messing up the backlines pretty well though. Good assist here from Slash. And Asurmen is forced off completely, might get a power bash as well. Lord General back at base. Catechins also up for Acey on that west side. Double shurikens for Asurmen. They do have this contested power here, the Imperial Guard. Warp Spider with the improved targeters up. JohnGrammaticus just lost the Sentinel. I'm thinking the Shuriken had something to do with it. Can't see the remains of the Sentinel anywhere though. Double cap for the Eldar. Catechins all round, in fact. Slash with double Catechin Devils on the field soon. That's going to be fun. Lord General gets all the way around to tie up the Guardian weapon team in melee combat so they can't fire their ranged weapons. We got some Flamer Guardsmen. The Farseer is trying to tie them up. Special attack there missed. The Lord General took tons of damage chasing them around there. Decent grenade. Killed a couple of Guardsmen. But then they met some fire. Here comes some more Dire Avengers. Yep, it's 4 Catechin Devils on the field. 2 of them from Slash here. These fellas are pretty versatile. Can counter melee with disruption. Can disrupt from long range. Can also support with a smoke grenade. And fight in melee pretty effectively. Got some buildable cover up here. Good destructor from Asurmen. No sign of the Immolator Blade yet. They wanted double shurikens up first. If we do see it, I think we should see it. It's a good stomp. And the Inquisitor barely gets into melee. She might fall though. I think she's going to go down in retreat here. Yep. Catechins trying to push forward, but right into shuriken fire and a big old retreat. Asurmen should be able to get the west side back. Meanwhile, Farseer of MammothMKII is pushing up the east side. There's that grenade launcher from the Catachans, that long-range disruption I was talking about. Great for helping you combat setup teams. But did have... Oh! Just ran in there and shot them with shotguns and they'd be dead. And the guardsmen died too. Lots of losses on this eastern side. Grammaticus down to guardsmen and Catachans, and Mammoth down to triple Dire Avengers. I think they only lost the Shuriken, right? Well, I say only. It's still a pretty big loss. Dire Avengers there leveling to 2. Farseer doing some good work here. And the Lord General has lost a bunch of Stormtroopers. He's got a load of them in his back pocket, apparently. West side turns red. And the mid... Oh. Some improvised explosives. They did not cap it, though. Scared of grenades maybe coming in. Double cap for the Eldar. Have not lost the VP off their counter yet. Tier 2 for MammothMKII. Bit of a lull in the action. Can they touch the power while there is one? I guess not. Grammaticus already defending their power there. Sneaky Catachans up the west side. That's from Silently, the Interrogator's armor. Catachans can infiltrate themselves, but only when they're idle. They got spotted. They got too close to the Dire Avengers. And we do see the Immolator for the Warlock. Catachans are there. Get jumped on. Disrupting the Shurikens. Trying to push alongside them is Acey. The Sentinel's going to go down though. Yeah, tried to get the stomp. But those guys were able to set up again. It was all because the Warlock spotted those guys and jumped on them. Otherwise, I think they would have got into melee with the Shuriken there. Are they going to die? Looks like they're alright. Meanwhile, fully built up contested power from the Eldar here. Getting flamed. Lord Commissar getting quite low as well. Double Catachans are really bunched up, just inviting a plasma grenade onto them, aren't they? We do have a bunker. I don't think it's been upgraded yet. There's the Catachans smoke grenade giving some damage resist and suppression immunity, but the Psychic Storm wrecking those guardsmen as they tried to cap there. They can reinforce off the bunker now. Yep, it's a medical bunker now. It's decent anti-garrison as well, the Psychic Storm. I'm not sure if that's intended. If that's an intended use scenario for this ability, because this is something that was added in Elite. I don't know if they added it with the intention of combating garrison units with it. Grenades. Oh, this would have been such a good grenade throw there, but they went for the Lord General. Howling Banshees with the aspect of strength. I'm not sure why they are charging double Catachans. Even if they do get in there, they can't fight them both in melee. That was a misplay from Gunter. Are they even going to get away? Where's the grenade launcher? There it is, and down they go. Upgraded Banshees go down. Here are the Wraith Guard, though, from Mammoth. Those Wraith Cannons devastating to pretty much everything on the field. They need some Ogrins up, typically, to help control them. You can't suppress these guys. Their weakness is melee. And as you can see, they're using their heroes for it at the moment, but Ogrins can do wonders for you. Especially with some Commissar support that inspire determination. Whenever you see Ogrins and inspire determination, you always think, like, why doesn't a Commissar do this every single game? Because it's so insane. But you just don't see it that often. I guess there are economic considerations to all those upgrades you need, and you're also dropping an Ogrin model every time you use determination. You need a Chimera to help them out. It's not easy to set up and use, but super effective. I don't know why those guys weren't suppressed by the Psychic Storm there, and why she did a special attack animation at the end. Don't know if they can break through this. The Wraith Guard got really close for some reason. I'm not sure what they were doing there. Oh, Catachans on retreat path. Can they finish them off? Catachans have power melee and Wraith Guard are heavy infantry, so they do a lot of damage. Looks like they are going to be okay. But that was a bit of a sloppy approach there from Mammoth. West side, meanwhile, webway is up. Looks like the Chimera of Acey is helping out a lot. Asurmen has lost one of the Guardian Weapon teams, but they do have Wraith Guard of their own. We have the Entangling Web for the Warp Spider Exarch. No sign of any Ogrins though, but they can use it to control the Lord Commissar and stuff. Oh, double Warp Spiders from Gunter. Was not expecting that. Doing some good work there. They do some really good range DPS, these fellas. And they have that awesome haywire grenade too. No vehicles on the east side yet though. Lord Commissar now has the Xenos Power Claw in amongst some poor Dire Avengers with it. 85 heavy melee DPS thereabouts. We'll take models off those guys pretty quickly. We have some garrisoned guardsmen. Maybe we'll see the Psychic Storm on it. Grenades going in. Messed up the garrison a lot. We do see the Doombringer now for the Farseer. She's doing a lot of special attacks, this lady. Doombringer's pretty awesome, I think. 84 to 427. Wow, it's a lot of VPs to make up for the Imperial Guard. What's going on in mid? Turning blue. Warp Spiders are harassing it. These guys don't have their haywire though. They're grabbing it at the moment, but not in time to threaten the Chimera. Asurmen pushes up the west side. Gonna bash power now with the Wraith Guard. Level 2 Warlock over there. What's going on? Still fighting over this contested power, kind of, aren't they? It's the midway point between these two VPs, that's why. There's the haywire grenade. Do they have anything to follow it up? There'll be a lot of repairs now as well, aren't there? Inquisitor gets out of the Chimera furious. What are you doing to my Chimera? Forces off the Warp Spiders. We do have a heavy bolter, heavy weapon squad. Oh, there it is. Psychic Storm on the garrison. Look at the damage to those garrison units. Pretty effective. Level 4 Farseer now. She's got a lot of XP. Wraith Guard got a good volley on the Catachans there, but now being tied up by more Catachans. And the Inquisitor, who tried to finish off the Farseer with Hammer of the Witches, didn't quite get it done. Their Wraith Cannons also suppress infantry. It's a Wraith Lord up for Asurmen. I was not expecting that. I was expecting a tier 3 after the Wraith God there. Here comes some Ogryns. We got some up for Slash. And JohnGrammaticus also going for some Ogryns. Should have a big impact here. Lord Commissar doesn't have any other war gear though. Might see Aura of Discipline. They're going after the Chimera. Was that double haywire? That's a single haywire, I think, but the other guys can use one as well. Oh, but they got disrupted and they couldn't get close enough. They just swarmed on them. Capping the mid are the Imperial Guard, and they also have the east side. Down to 7 VPs. They've got 420 to make up here. This is not looking good. Eldar have some big armies too. Those guys are dead though. Slightly smaller armies now. Catachun is trying to get onto the VP. Need to deal with some Dire Avengers first, or they're going to eat a grenade. They might eat a grenade anyway. I don't think Asurmen is paying attention over here. There we go. Grenade. When it misses, easily dodged. And to try and wait for them to commit to melee is often a good way to get those grenades to hit. Kicking off on the east side, here's a Wraith Lord. I mean, it'll fight Ogryns pretty well, but I don't know about double Ogryns. Doom is up on those Ogryns too. They're trying to finish off the Farseer. Do they get her? Not quite, but this Wraith Lord is in trouble. Also, 2 melter guns shooting at it from the Catachans. They put up their smoke grenade as well. I don't think this Wraith Lord is going to get away, you guys. Maybe some grenades can help it out. No, those guys don't have their grenades ready. Wraith Lord falls. Ogryns tore it apart. Also, the Xenos Power Claw was in there as well. Tier 3 for Sir Gunter. Tier 3 for Asurmen. Leman Russ up for Acey here. So I think the lesson for Eldar Tier 3 is don't get Fire Prisms, I think. I just don't think they're super efficient against Imperial Guard. You get wrecked by the Leman Russes. Yeah, they can help you disrupt. Maybe 1 Fire Prism. They can help disrupt the Ogryns and stuff. I think get Seer Council, get D-Cannons, get some Dark Reapers. Dark Reapers are really good against Ogryns. Not only are they plasma damage, but they have that pinning fire suppression thing. They were actually added to Elite Mod. One of the main reasons they were added is because of Ogryns. And get some more Shurikens up, maybe. Asurmen has one, but they don't have a Shuriken on that east side to help control the Ogryns. Doom up on these guys again, increasing the damage they take by, is it 40% or 30%? It's 30%. Lasts a decent while though. Wraith Guard have been caught in melee. Some mines being dropped in by the Lord Commissar off his global bar. They're still chasing the Wraith Guard. They have dropped a model, but it wasn't the Bonehead leader. Uh-oh. Wraith Warp Spider's got wrecked over there. And some friendly fire for the Farseer. She's level 5. She's done well. Lord Commissar. Oh, he's gone for stubbornness, not for the Aura of Discipline. Wants to help himself out. We have the Sniper Rifle for the Lord General as well, kicking off in the mid. Ogrins eat a grenade, but they keep on going. Forcing off the Warp Spiders. Might eat another grenade here. Kind of hit them. I mean, it's nice play from Sir Gunter. Couldn't quite pull it off perfectly, but they tried to split their forces. They tried to set up grenades. Just Ogrins are a pain in the ass. Double cap for the Imperial Guard. Hammer of the Witches on the Warlock's face. Down goes the Chimera. But the Vanquisher Leman Russ is still a big problem. They do struggle to deal with lots of tanks, it seems like, in these faction wars. I mean, they have a lot of anti-vehicle. Bright Lances, they got Fire Dragons, they got Haywire Grenades. The Wraith Lord is pitching in here with a Bright Lance of its own. It's a good grenade. The Wraith Lord, I think, is just going to get chased back here and destroyed. And Inferno Pistols getting shots in too. Oh, the Wraith Lord has stopped. The Wraith Lord has just stopped here. I think it could have got away maybe. I don't think Acey was looking to chase it there. And they just completely forgot about it. Down it goes. Down it goes. Oh, we have Seer Council now for Mammoth. Now 1v1, they should wreck Ogrins. But it's not going to be 1v1, is it? There's a bunch of plasma guns here. The Lord Commissar is probably going to be there. There's going to be Catachans around a lot of the time. Crack shot up on these Warp Spiders. Wrecked some guardsmen. What about the Farseer? So she has the Doom. She's going to have the Guide as well. That will help out the Seer Council. Seer Council have power melee weapons and a lot of disruption, which is good versus Ogrins. There's other things to consider. Wraith Guard couldn't quite get a shot on the Ogrins there. And we got Manticore Strike. That was from Slash. JohnGrammaticus is down to just Ogrins on the field. Grenade trying to help out the Wraith Guard. Nice idea, but I don't think they're going to get away. Ogrins are wrecking faces here. And John goes tier 3. It's Fire Prisms for Sir Gunter and Mammoth. I guess they feel like they need them to help control these Ogrins here. And it's only one Leman Russ and it's on the west side, so they might do okay. As long as a bunch more Leman Russes don't hit the field. Catachans being sneaky. Fun fact, I believe the voice artist director is the guy that did the voices for the Catachans. It's a good voice. Warlock gets knocked off the cap. Single here for the Imperial Guard now. And someone's down mid. It's the Warp Spider down in the mid. Inquisitor's grabbing it. Gonna be a double cap here. Big blob cap. Do they dare get close enough for a grenade? I think they're going to try and save it for the Ogrins coming in maybe. There it is. Double cap for IG. Leman Russ. Oh, cancelled Leman Russ for JohnGrammaticus. Do they want the Baneblade? I think they called in one. Yeah, they've called in a Leman Russ instead. There's your Fire Prism. Got a good shot in there. Seer Council shooting hand lightning at it. Not super effective, but here are the Ogrins. And they're going after them. That's their job. Mess up the Ogrins. They took a bunch of damage getting in there. I don't see Doom and I don't see Guide. Oh, they're running into mines and they're getting wrecked by them. And there's Use Your Red now. And the Commissar's in there. And the Catachans are there. Seer Council got dealt with. I did not see any buffs from the Farseer though. Where was the Doom? Where was the Guide? Getting Spirit Stones up though. Maybe they were both on cooldown. They had full energy though. Warp Spider's trying to grab the mid under suppression. Still on 7 VPs. They've done an amazing job to hold on this long. And they've got some powerful armies now. So did the Eldar though. JohnGrammaticus still down to 2 units. Asurmen needs to come mid more. I mean, I understand wanting to hold that VP, but it's basically 3v2 over here at the moment. This is the Fire Prism of Sir Gunter. They still have Wraith Guard, they still have double Warp Spiders, they replaced the Warp Spiders they lost. So Haywires could help against the tank line that is forming. There's 3 Leman Russes now. I don't see a repair bunker, right? No, no repair bunker in the mid yet. Catachans are grabbing that VP though. Are these both Vanquishers? They are. So super effective at hunting enemy vehicles. Fire Prisms do not want to tangle with these guys. I mean, look at the discrepancy in health. 1200 hit points versus 500. And the Vanquisher Cannon is insane. Leman Russes are very expensive. I think they're... Is it 540, 135, something like that. Another Manticore on the way for Slash. And they can use them to set off the mines and do some cool combos with that. So Cancel should make short work of the Lord General, especially when Doom is used. Don't think you needed to use Doom there, Mammoth, but they got a job done. Here come Ogrin, should have saved it for these guys. Manticore Strike now. And more mines. So it seems like something always goes wrong when the Seer Council are getting ready to fight Ogrins. Well, they're in there now. They are in there now, being knocked over though. Use your red. It's really disrupting the hell out of them. Farseer can't stay on her feet. She's level 7. There's a Spirit Stone's heal. But they spent a lot of that fight laying down. Catachans also helping to disrupt. And these Catachans are level 4. Doom goes up eventually, but I think the Seer Council are done for here. They're very low. Are they going to get away? No, they do not. Ripper Guns took them out. Oh, was that an Eldritch? Or just a Haywire, I think, came in. They've got 4 Fire Prisms. They took down one of the Leman Russes. That was good. Are the Fire Prisms leveling? Not quite yet. Got a level 2 Leman Russ and a level 1 Leman Russ. JohnGrammaticus went for another Ogrin squad, and why not? They've done so well so far. Here's the second Ogrin squad. The first one is level 4. Bloody hell. 1697 hit points of super heavy infantry armor. This is a bad place to put your Fire Prism, Asurmen. You don't want to flank with Fire Prisms when there's Leman Russes. Let's see how quickly it dies here. Man, that was 2 shots on front armor. 4 shots and it's down. Manticore Strike now. It's a pretty good one. Use the Manticores pretty well here, Slash. It's a nice idea from Asurmen, but didn't want to bring the Fire Prism there. There's an Eldritch. It should finish off the Leman Russ by itself, I think. I think a Fire Prism got the last shot there. So there's only 1 Leman Russ left. Only 1 left. That's another medical bunker there. I'd expect that to be a repair bunker, but I guess not. There's Doom up on the heavy weapon squad. Fire Prism's getting shots in. Oh, they have their shield up, so they're not being knocked over. There we go. Now they're knocked over. Poking him with a Doombringer. She's level 9 this Farseer. Bloody hell. Fire Prism here showing the rear armor. Not the best way to be floating around, buddy. 7 to 1, 2, 4. They cannot knock any more VPs off that at the moment. Fire Prism goes down. Got too close. The Commissar ripped it apart with the Power Claw. Double Manticores here. So it's going to be tough to cap the mid with double Manticores up. Can they go after them with some Fire Dragons or something? What have we got going on? Another Leman Russ on the way for Acey. I'm hearing a Manticore Strike. Where is it? Oh, it's over here, I think. Oh, that's a Rocket Run. That's a Rocket Run just messed up Mammoth. Down to just our Avengers and a Guardian Weapon team. I think there was a Manticore as well. Maybe on that side. But that was a nasty Rocket Run. Here's a Manticore. Look, setting off the mines. Oh, man. Very exploding. 2 to 1 cap for the Imperial Guard again. What have you got going on? Is that crack shot on yourself? It is. Enhanced Warp Jump Generator. I feel like I haven't seen Entangle used against Ogrins once. It must have been used though. Ogres have done so well. I mean, usually they don't do this well, especially when you've got Entangle. And we had Seer Council supported by a Farseer and stuff. And Fire Prism. They're still doing really well. I think they needed more setup teams in the late game, I feel like. I mean, they would have got Manticore though. It's tough. They needed a bunch of everything, the Eldar. I think it might be slipping away from them here though. It's a single cap, now a double cap again. Warp Spider Exarch is trying to grab this eastern side. I hear a lot of explosions. What is going on? Was it just the autocannon I was hearing? I don't know. I feel like there was a Manticore strike going on that I missed. Down goes that Lehman Russ, the Fire Prism, sorry. We have an Executioner here. The Vanquishers are just insane. Doesn't sound like a lot, 35.71 explosive DPS, but they deliver that DPS in big bursts of damage from long range. DPS numbers are often misleading, which is why a lot of RTSs and stuff don't put DPS numbers in tooltips, because, you know, you got to think about accuracy, damage types, range. DPS can often be a misleading number, but I like to see them myself, as long as you remember that it's not the whole story. This is bad. Hell Fury Strike. Fire Dragons up here for Mammoth, but they might be out a little bit too late. They're level 1, going up against level 2 and 4 tanks. Farseer level 9, trying to do what she can. There's GG. Yep. Triple cap. And the Imperial Guard take it. They did not get them below that 7. Wasn't it 7 to 427 at one point? That's insane. Hell of a game from the IG players. Level 7 Inquisitor. Level 7 Lord Commissar did have Inspired Determination at the end. I don't know if I spotted it personally, but I'm sure you guys did. Level 10 Lord General JohnGrammaticus was down to like 2 or 3 units for 20 minutes it felt like, but did really well. Warlock was level 3. Immolator and Channeling Runes. Warp Spider Exarch, level 5. And we had a level 9 Farseer. She couldn't quite get level 10. Did really well though, especially early game. Yeah, Eldar started really strongly, but the Ogryns made the difference. It just didn't deal with the Ogryns super well. It's tough when there's combined arms, you know. You want to get Shurikens, but then there's Manticores. It can be tough. But there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Big thanks for the players taking part. And, of course, Impregnable, who hosted such events. I'll see you next time.